What is up, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Marvel Rivals. Today we are going to be taking a look at SparkR again. We have spectated this guy before, but this was before he was actually on one of the best teams in Marvel Rivals. So let's just get right into the game. I know that good old VP has been kind of considered one of the better teams in all of Marvel Rivals. It's pretty stacked. They do have Nevix on it as well. And Finzi and Phi. So if you want to go check out some really good players, those are all good people to check out. But with the emerging popularity of Bucky, a lot of people looking to pick up this character, I figured we would go ahead and take a look and see how this guy is going to do a ton of damage. Has a bit of a pop-off game here. And you know, obviously it's still competitive because it's one above all, and you're going to get good players regardless. But randomly getting a kill off the bat, love to see it. Kind of ignoring that Magneto in the front as well until he's the only target to be shot at. And then immediately looking for those backline angles as well. See if we can get a hook on him. Not going to be able to hit that. Bucky just does so much damage, it feels like. When you're playing this game, if you don't have a Bucky, you are definitely lacking some damage in that department. But I like his position here, just playing both sides of this little wall peak over here, making sure not to stay out there for too long, and then switching sides. Keep the enemy guessing, and he has his whole left flank covered, so he's free to just pump damage into this Magneto here. And he is not really using his other abilities to reset the cooldowns. I think a lot of people hear that that's a mechanic, and they feel obligated to, you know, just dash around or, you know, use this sort of stuff. But I think he's using them appropriately, not forcing anything. And then they do have that Luna ult coming out from the enemy team, so he's going to be in a bit of a sad spot. Can't really do anything, can't kill anything, but hooks the Venom into this this building right here. Able to get a nice follow-up there. And I think he does still have ult, so I wonder if he's going to reactivate it. He reactivates it last possible second. See if we can get the tag on this Magneto or the Hela there. And I do like committing the ult there on that singular target too, because that effectively ruins the enemy team's push. Love to see that. A lot of people think you need to get a 5-man reset or whatever Bucky ult, but making sure that they execute the Venom there, take him out before the rest of his team is able to follow up and help him, makes for a much slower push on the enemy team's side. Beautiful hook on that Hela. Nice little 2-tap after that. And now we're just going to watch the dominoes fall, I think, here. Playing just behind these tanks. A lot of those stray shots are going to still be hitting those bigger targets in front of him. And that was a really drawn-out push on the win, too, as well. So they killed that Venom. The enemy team didn't really fully back out. Don't think they really needed to, but they lost the push slower, wasted a ton of time. Only just over a minute on the clock here, too, so they're going to have a bit of a tough time. Gets duo Groot ulted with that Luna. Going to stay pretty safe with those Loki clones, and we're going to return some of this damage back onto that Groot. Unfortunately, not able to get the KO. Trying to dash last second to avoid that Magneto ult. Love to see it. Saving that dash in most situations for either following up a kill or getting out. This wall is going to be a tough time here. Just trying to break through all of that Groot zoning. I like this decision to go around the back, try and get the 2-tap on the Mantis there. I think that's Mantis. Looks like Mantis. And it's good that he's playing a couple different angles here too, because you definitely don't want everyone trying to squeeze through that little tiny window over on that one side. Gonna get clipped by the Hela ult, and I think that is probably going to do it for the point after this Luna ult fades here. Oh, they do have Portal, so that should be they might actually be able to save this in overtime. So if they get the ace here, this is going well. Groot has already farmed ult again, which is a little bit crazy. Okay, so his team is going to go down. They are going to lose this first point, but you know, no worries. They held them off to overtime, only going to reset that clock to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, not in a bad spot, not a bad hold off the rip here. Get the full reset, come back. We're looking at 2 ults, close to 2 more. Plenty of resources to fend the enemy off. Peeking around the corner at that last second, trying to snag somebody and bring them over there. Bam. And if you haven't tried this character, definitely, if you're like a Punisher person, if you're, you know, his shots take some getting used to, but once you get used to him, they chunk. They go absolutely crazy. I played him in a quick match a couple times, and I know quick match is obviously not as competitive. You're not playing against as good of players, but you can get some nasty resets if your aim is even remotely good. So, would recommend Bucky. Didn't really like him the first time I picked him up, but he's definitely grown on me for sure. And the enemy team has just been pushing this payload the entire time, and they're still down to just under 1.5 minutes on the clock. This is going to be a pretty long stretch. And the Bucky on the enemy team just going to go rampant here for a bit. And Loki into Bucky is definitely not a good idea. He can definitely reset off those clones. So if you play Loki or you play Bucky, keep that in mind. Reset off the clones, or try and prevent people from resetting off the clones. Gets taken super low there and still kind of ego chows. And I like the decision to hold this ult until Mantis ult has maybe subsided, but not going to get any fancy resets. But as you can see, that first pick is still going to be enough to push the enemy team off of the payload. And now they just need to play space, get some pressure on this hallway, on this corridor here. And they should be able to maybe even stop the touch here. Magneto just walking up forward in sort of desperation vibes. Popping that Luna ult so they can get the touch. Phenomenal Doctor Strange ult. Able to take out 2, pulling the Groot out of that Luna ult. And she quickly falls after. And that, my friends, is how you take people out in a Luna ult. So, yeah, beautifully done. Great first round. Let's see how quickly we are able to dismantle the enemy team in the second one. There we go. We will check out what he's doing on offense. And I like that this character can also play offense and defense. There's some characters that definitely excel at one or the other, but Bucky's just a good all-arounder, so you can play him regardless. As long as you're playing well, you should be good to play offense or defense effectively. Tons of damage. As you can see, we're taking out this thing really quick. Getting a ton of follow-up damage on him, but he is taking a ton of healing too. And I love the aggression here, just getting right into it, pulling, knocking around this Groot. I am the danger. I am the danger. We're using the hook significantly more than we did that first round, using that more effectively, I'd say. Not going to be able to take anyone low enough to get the execute from the Bucky ult here. Trying to get some more kidnap vibes on that Groot. And good lord, I cannot believe that thing and that Groot survived that. That was a little bit insane. Dueling Luna ult's going to come out here. And every single ult is going to be popped. The Invisible Woman ult, the Groot ult. Also going to be popped. Still going to be looking at that Loki ult and the Thing ult coming in soon. I like the decision to follow this Thing up to high ground, try and get him taken out. Because he has been getting a ton of tank damage here. Pulling this Groot into the corner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful angle right there. And there we go. Just like that, get the first point. Pretty quick, too. Just about 2 minutes on the clock. Going to reset that to 4:34. And I like his target selection, I think, the first round a bit more. I know there was a Luna Snow up on high ground that entire time that he could have maybe been getting a little bit more pressure on, but maybe he's just following who his team is focusing, trying to get these tanks out of the way, because as soon as they fall, the fight should be pretty much won for his team. Decent hook on the Groot, but he's just going to get kind of punched out here. And they do force that Hela ult, even though they don't have a quick run back. So I kind of like... I don't really mind having any enemy ults here. I think it's just a win for his team because this spawn point is so close. And the Loki Luna ult comes out. They're going to be playing a ton of space here. Just trying to get in the enemy's face, make sure they can't stop that cart. And he should be going down here. Actually, with the help of that Loki lamp, the Luna ult, and this might be a big ult here. Loki clone just barely surviving. Luckily getting the reset on that Hela. They just need some more damage on one of these characters. And yeah, with the Luna ults being popped, with the Invisible Woman ult being popped, he's not going to be able to get too many resets with that ult, but going to be able to farm it back pretty quick. As you can see, he's already at 40%. Nice clip on the Invisible Woman, and this nice hallway is beautiful. Going to finish off this game in record time. Just about 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. No switch to Doctor Strange to portal back to the point from the enemy team. And we are going to get the 2-1 victory. Easy as pie. I know that was a little bit of a shorter game, but I think it was still pretty competitive for what it was. But yeah, pretty. It's interesting when both teams don't even need to get to the end or even halfway to the end. So doesn't get MVP this game, but he's going to do a ton of damage, gets a ton of meaningful picks, and that first round gets a lot of picks that kind of open up the game for the rest of his team. As you can see, 26,000 damage, highest in the game. A good amount of final hits, only outdone by this Hela here. So don't forget to leave a comment. Leave a comment what you guys want to see next. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.